Hi, my name's Lynda Gaiao and welcome to the monthly overview for October. We are going to take a look at what the transit energy is going to be doing this month and how we can anchor more into our own frequency, even when there are conditioning elements around us that can potentially pull us off track. In the human design mandala, or the wheel, essentially what happens is that we transit in a anti-clockwise direction around the wheel. So we move through the different gates or traits or hexagrams in the wheel in an anti-clockwise direction as we move through the month. In the month of October, we actually have a couple of days at the beginning of October in trait or gate 18, which is correction. And then for the rest of the month, we go through depth, intuitive clarity, continuity, values, struggle, the game player, and alertness. In this month of October, we are still in the quarter of duality, where purpose is fulfilled through bonding, through connecting and co-creating with others. And the interesting thing about this particular month is that all of the traits of the survival intelligence or the splenic center in human design, which contain our fears of survival, are located in this particular month. When we are looking at the quarter of duality, purpose fulfilled through bonding, we actually have a very enveloping energy this month. It's a deep connection to life force energy. And when we think about the innate drive of human beings to bond and to connect for the survival of the species, and how we all need to have the sacral energy, the life force energy alive in order to have that happen, you can see how all of the traits in this month are interwoven into one another. The way that we connect and the way that we bond with other human beings, the way that we are intimate with others, really protects us as a species going forward for our survival. And it's important for us to come into these connections with an understanding of who we are and an understanding of who they are. And when these fears of survival come up, we can be more empowered to not be moved into action from them. We can actually anchor into our own truth and move through from there. So these survival fears that I spoke about, we are going to see the fear of authority, seeing authority figures in the world around us and how they show up. And also fear of our own authority. Are we not taking on the authority that we should be taking on, or that we are required to take on, or not taking up on enough authority? We're going to see the fear of inadequacy. So when you're feeling like you don't have enough depth, you don't have that deep wisdom, that deep knowledge around a particular subject, this fear of inadequacy arises. We're also going to see a fear of the future, not being able to know what's going to happen, worrying and having a fear around what might happen and how that's going to affect your survival. We're going to have the fear of failure, which is very much linked to this ever-changing and fast-paced world. How do we maintain who we are as life around us changes, and the need for growth, the need for change, the need for adaptability? There's going to be this fear that we're not going to be able to cut it, that we are going to fail at that. And the fear of responsibility is going to come up. And this is very grounded into our community and the values and the laws around how we manage ourselves. And those that have positions of responsibility, we might have fear over that. We also might fear that we're taking on more responsibility than we feel that we can handle, or that we're not taking on enough responsibility. We're going to see the fear of living life without purpose. So getting to the end of your life and having this fear of death, but more specifically, it's around I'm going to die and I didn't get to live my purpose. I haven't lived a life full of purpose. Then we move into the fear of the past, looking at how our baggage from the past, which could even be baggage that comes from a environmental or cellular level from our ancestors and experiences and things that people have gone through in the past, that has been passed on to us. And we're going to have this fear that our baggage is going to catch up with us and limit our ability to survive. So let's take a look at each of the traits as we cycle through the month of October. We have the 48, which is depth. And this is really where we get to use our depth of wisdom to find practical solutions to problems. Depth is connected to the survival intelligence. And so it's knowing where to go deep. Where do I need to go deep into knowledge and information and into life in a way that is going to elevate my wisdom, elevate my potential, my possibility to not only survive, but to thrive. We also have intuitive clarity, which is this extraordinary power of clarity. Once again, we're here in survival intelligence, and this is really about tuning into the now moment and really being able to use your intuition to know what is happening in the now. Can I stop thinking about the past? Can I stop thinking about the future and just know exactly what I need right now in this moment? You know, what can I feel? What can I hear? What can I see? What can my senses outside of my mind pick up that's going to lead me to correctness into what is most healthy for me to survive? We have continuity, where the only thing which endures is change. And this is our drive for ambition to move up that social ladder, to kind of climb the ladder of growth and progress and change and the new within our life. So this could be in a corporate setting, like how do I move up the ranks? How do I get my potential, my skill sets recognized in a way that I can move up the ladder? And we need to really understand here that for ambition to be something in our lives, there is going to be constant change. So the only thing which endures is change. Next, we move into values, which is about the protection of our values and law to ensure our well-being. This is very much connected to, so now we have children or we have a community of people. How do we create this safe container, the safe environment where the values of the people in this community and the laws that we put in place to govern that community are upheld in a way that everyone feels respected, everyone feels honored for the part that they play in this community, and there's this reciprocal support where what you bring to the table, you are rewarded equally for what you bring to the table. Next, we move into struggle. The game player is another name for this particular trait, and this is the potential to know what is worth fighting for. If you're a human being and you're alive, you are going to go through struggle. Struggle is part of being a human being, but not all struggle is worth it. Not all struggle is going to connect us to that feeling of a deep sense of satisfaction and fulfillment and this feeling of success and surprise and delight and peacefulness in our lives. And so this trait really anchors us into, what are we going to take the risk on? What game are we going to play in this life? What struggles are we going to enter into and fight for, because we know that they are going to bring that deeper sense of meaning and purpose into our life, and we are going to feel fulfilled as a result of that. Then the last trait for this month is alertness, the instinctive awareness of the capabilities of others. Innate in this trait is this access to memory, a cellular memory. So it might be even memory that you are not even consciously aware of it. It lives within you, and it may even have been passed on to you through generations. So really being alert to the past, to what has happened and how do we know instinctively what we are capable of without allowing our fears to hold us back. Yes, we all have baggage from our past, but if we allow the baggage to pull us down and wear us down, we don't get this possibility to move forward. So how do we not only bring the awareness of the past into us, but we're able to instinctively know what we're capable of and those people around us are capable of, and then move us forward towards a new direction for our community. So just to recap for the month of October, it's not on the slide, but the first couple of days in October are correctness, and then depth, intuitive clarity, continuity, values, struggle, the game player, and alertness. Now, because all of these traits are in survival intelligence in the splenic center, and they are very linked to the fears of our survival, if you are not living in alignment with your design, and if you don't understand what is consistent and reliable within you and how to make decisions as yourself, not affected by people around you or even by your mind, there is a potential here that this month is going to be extremely challenging for you, because these fears are going to be stirred up within you and in the collective community around you. So if you're struggling this month to navigate all of these fears, just remember to go back to strategy and authority, to your decision-making strategy, and allow that to guide you perfectly through life. If you have any questions or you would be interested in being guided deeper to understand all of these traits and these transits in relation to your specific design and how they may impact your potential and your possibility to live in alignment with your true authentic self versus being taken off track, then reach out and we can definitely explore that on a deeper level. Until next month, I hope that you are able to navigate your struggles and the fears of survival as an empowered, differentiated being. Bye for now.